This video is going to have a look at an example where we're calculating the time difference using Greenwich Mean Time or using Coordinated Universal Time Zones, where the calculation involves a change of day. So just remembering, our Greenwich Mean Time or UTC time zones are all based on the specified time zones where the city is, referencing back to our original time zone of 0. So when we have a time zone that's +5, it means it's 5 hours ahead of our 0 time zone. If it's -9, then it's going to be 9 hours behind. We also have the international date line, where our negative and our positive time zones meet. When we are crossing this international date line, our day is actually going to be changing. So if we're going from a plus time zone to a negative time zone, we are going to lose a day. Conversely, if I'm going the other way and going from a negative time zone to a positive time zone, I'm going to be gaining a day. So just remembering that in our calculations when we are looking at a calculation involving a change of day. So let's now go and have a look at an example involving a change of day to see how we can complete this calculation. So in the example, we have Brisbane that has a time zone of GMT +10, while Los Angeles is in a time zone of GMT -8. When it is 12:30 p.m. in Brisbane, what time will it be in Los Angeles? So to be able to do that calculation, I first need to know what is the number of hours difference between Brisbane and Los Angeles. So the time difference between Brisbane and Los Angeles, I take my larger number, so +10, and then I'm going to subtract my smaller number, which is -8. So +10 minus -8 is going to be 18 hours. So I know that there's going to be 18 hours difference between Brisbane and Los Angeles. And because Brisbane has the larger time zone, so of +10, I know that Brisbane is going to be ahead of Los Angeles. So now that I know that Brisbane is 18 hours ahead of Los Angeles, I can go ahead and work out what the time is going to be in Los Angeles when it's 12:30 p.m. in Brisbane. So to do that, I want to convert that into a number that is a decimal. And similar to 24-hour time, 12 p.m. is going to be 12. But then I've got 30 minutes that I need to deal with. And to convert that into a decimal, I'm going to divide the number of minutes divided by 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So that is going to be 0.5. So 30 minutes, it's 0.5 of an hour. So the time I'm going to use when I do my calculation is going to be 12.5. And that's my time in Brisbane that I'm starting with. So 12.5 in Brisbane, and I want to subtract 18 hours from it. And that's going to give me an answer of -5.5 hours. So now that I've done that calculation to work out what the time is going to be in Los Angeles, I can see that it actually gives me a negative number. When I get a negative number, that indicates to me that there's been a change of day when I've been doing my time calculation. So I don't want a -5.5, I want a positive number as my answer. So because there's been a change of day, I'm going to add on 24 hours onto that -5.5. So -5.5 plus 24 is going to be 18.5. So now that I've got it back to a positive number, I can go ahead and convert that back to what time it's going to be in Los Angeles. Now 18, if it was 24-hour time, would be 1800 hours. So to work out what that is going to be in 12-hour time, I can subtract 12 from it, which is 6. And then my 0.5, I want to put that back into minutes. So times 0.5 by 60, and that gets me to 30 minutes. So my time in Los Angeles is going to be 6:30 p.m. So I can write that as my answer, 6:30 p.m. But I also need to put in my answer that there's been a change of day. So we've gone from a positive time zone to a negative time zone. So when we go from a positive time zone to a negative time zone, we've gone back a day. So it's actually going to be 6:30 p.m. the day before. So it's important that you are including that in your answer. if you knew what day it was, you could put in the day of the week. So if it was 12:30 p.m. in Brisbane on Wednesday, we could say that Los Angeles time would be 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Because we don't know what day it is, we can just say the day before. So when it is 12:30 p.m. in Brisbane, it will be 6:30 p.m. the day before in Los Angeles. So that's an example of how we can calculate changing in time zones when it involves a change of day.